Hello, Divine Sunshiners.
Hello, Divine Sunshiners. I pulled some cards today about the energies that I am feeling.
Where we are. The Divine Masculine is having growing pains about really truly having to grow up spiritually and mature. These are the tests that you've already had before. These are the tests that you kind of maybe failed before. These are the tests that saying, hey, this is the moment you've been prepared for. Now let me see how you're going to be able to handle it now. Clear. YouTube channel. All right, see you in a few. Benefits. So the story is still from your ancestors. It's still stored in your body. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with your week forecast or current energies about what's going on in the twin flame journey. Welcome. I'm glad that you found me. I woke up this morning and I said, okay, I feel like shuffling some cards, rubbing in the energies and just kind of seeing clear what's going on for our journey. So the overall energy this week is, we got two cards here. Third eye. Moving into really concentrating on healing the past for door of value. So right now what it is saying again, we're doing the work this week, overall energies for twin flames and light workers to be able to see the vision and make it plain. We're still healing. The emphasis, since it came in reverse, is to heal the past. So rather it is in childhood wounding or going and visiting past life, seeing how the patterns are affecting you now and how it's showing up. Or also so that in order for us to really get a true value as to who we are. It's like the opening of the curtain and like the great reveal. I'm hearing the word 6 months. 6 months could be, again, when we're really ready to have our debut. I always think about showbiz and talking about that. And we're getting worked up for that. Could be in June, we're really ready to. I see the number 6 again. And it's build. 6 also represents love. So that means, to me, I hear like the Whitney Houston song saying, the greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. Right, you know. So we believe right now you're learning to find yourself is the greatest love of all. So it's easy to achieve. We just make it difficult in the way we look at things as well. So we're going to find that door to value, and then we have achieved or gained that greatest love. Now that love comes in different forms. As far as us talking about union with self, union with the person, union with where we are, we're slowly getting, it's a slow build. They're saying it's a slow burn. Almost like when you're going and you're exercising, you're getting yourself ready to go on. My next question is, what's happening with the divine feminine energies? This is already up. When it's up like that, that's really, truly divine. Divine feminine energies is healing the broken heart. So again, through doing this act of this overall energies that we have here, healing the heart, that means in our divine feminine energies, whether you're male or female, there's something that has broken your heart as far as in our being and how we observe the world, because divine feminine energies recognizes and is that energies. Remember again, and I'm going to say this again, and I know I'm a repetitive person as a teacher, also in the 3D world. That's something that I've learned, and we hear it over and over again. It saturates into our subconscious, and it becomes a part of our conscious. We are again, threefold beings. And again, it's divine feminine energies, divine masculine energies, and then there's just spirit. So those are the three things that we're talking about. So when we're talking about in the divine feminine energies, we need to work on what things have been hurting us, what things has broken us in our spirit or in our soul, and how we can be able to mend those things, rather it's childhood wounding, rather it's a dynamic of a relationship with a loved one, a family, past, or whatever like that. We are getting to the point that we are doing that in the divine masculine. So plus, I'm looking at this card again. We see the number 9 here. Number 9 here represents an ending of cycles. So we're ending the cycles there too. Interesting, I look back at this card and this catches my eye about the vision. We got to get a 4, get grounded. And again, once we get grounded, spirit, this is 0, God force, will push that forward and make sure that whatever the dreams that you have or the vision or the things that you're seeing are going to actually come true. For the divine masculine energies, we have the following. See, the cards is up right here, these two. So, it's right now in our divine masculine energies, we are trying to gain mastery. You got the number 22, and going into making sure that we are balanced. We're balanced both ways. So if the female or a male, right now we are balancing the yin and the yang, the divine feminine energies and the divine masculine energies. So in the world, how we have our standing in authority and showing up for the world would be us actually looking and seeing how, as our divine feminine energies, what we're looking at, how we're observing the world, how we're observing our actions and reactions to things, well, so as how we are in a state of being also affects and carries on in alignment with our divine masculine energies. How are we showing up? How are we leading in the world? We're getting to the point, it's like, I want to be a balance. I don't want to be like a seesaw or one of those balance scales where I'm more masculine than feminine. I understand that I have to ebb and flow between the two of them. That's the laminar flow. Laminar flow is the consistency of energy or liquid and how it flows. You want to be smooth and easy with that. A lot of times when things come along, they stop us. This is a law of physics. It stops us. We have that laminar flow. We break into a transition part, which means we're triggered by something, and then it goes into turbulence and chaos. We want to make sure that we stop ourselves. When we feel that transition goes, we do something that helps us to counteract that, to go right back into that flow. I call it the way of, in the parking lot, you see that in those dealerships, and you got that little wavery thing that goes with the wind, and it goes down and it comes back up, and it goes down and then it comes back up. That's the way we want to be. Okay, yeah, I got triggered, but guess what? I got down. Like no, that's not a dad song. Like, we fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. So we want to make sure that we do that. We all, and like they say, a saying, a sin is a sinner who you know, if you've fallen down, that's, again, you miss sin means to miss the mark of where you're supposed to go. Just remind yourself, hey, if you can look up, you can get up. Okay. Next thing in the divine masculine energies is about also opening our heart. I remember when I was learning the cards too, and seeing other card readers doing that. Some of them say this is creating the magic. When you are in that flow, you know, you hear people say that, oh, I'm in the flow. When your artists do that and they're creating things, I'm in the flow. You create that magic. And this is where we are right now, where, again, once we bring that balance between the two energies, the yin and the yang, we are able to have that flow, and we create the magic, and things are created. Also, by opening up our heart and being in that flow, we create the opening of the door of the cage. Notice here, it's a heart thing here, broken heart. You find the things, again, that maybe you might have been caged in, can't find the key to opening up and unlocking it. But once you have that balance, and interesting enough, look at both of these, 22 and 33, double numbers, okay? So that's really with infinite emphasis there about getting in spirit in alignment. 3 and 3, doubly added together, that's that love. So it's, again, having mastery in love. mastery in love with how you show up, mastery in love of how you connect with other people, how you show up for yourselves too as well, is a biggie. Okay, so this is what's going on here. So let's look and see about what's happening with what is Spirit wants you to work with. Contracts. We're back on this contracts again. So again, what are you agreeing to? This is the 6 again. What are you agreeing to? This is continuation for the last time when we talk about contracts. What are you agreeing to that's not in alignment with what your heart wants? What are you in agreement that you're not in alignment with where your soul wants you to be, because it makes you out of balance? So I can say really at this point, I guess Spirit is pushing me to say my testimony. So and it's safe for me to say because it's a done deal. Plus I seen that they have switched me over anyway. So in my school, I have been talking about it on this channel a little bit about how in some ways I was not satisfied. Not in some ways I wasn't. I could tell when I would go into the school every day, there was a feeling as if it was a feeling of deadness. I told my mom I felt like it was like a tomb. And, every time I walked in there, it didn't have that vibrancy and that energy like it used to be. One reason why is because, again, the principal that we had, excuse me, got blow my nose, she upped and just quit. She said she went on into retirement, but I believe that she was kind of tired about a lot of things that was going on. And she just went on and left, and some other things, but that's her thing, her private thing, and I'm not going to share that part. So, as I'm going around, and I told you that I'm the union delegate and trying to, show the way, bring my spiritual thing of being a light worker into the workplace. And you'll find that too as well. That is sometimes you'll find yourself using your spiritual stuff in order to help out where you are in the 3D or in the matrix. And as I had did that, the more and more I was finding, I'm finding more things about what's going on behind the scenes, and the more and more it's giving me validation and confirmation that this isn't the place that I need to be. So I went on ahead, through me being in the union, had found myself looking and seeing that they had a point where you could be able to transfer and your principal does not have to sign off. So I went on ahead and I said, I'm just going to look, I'm just going to take a chance and just see, what's out there. I'm always with the belief, and I can hear my dad saying, you can always, a better time to look for a job is when you have a job, not when you don't have a job. So I was like, okay, I'm not that, invested in it. I'm just going to do this just for kicks and do a couple of interviews to see what happens. Lo and behold, I did 2 interviews. 2 of them were, both of them were very much highly interested in me. However, I've ended up finding me a school right down in my area, very extremely close, that was really a better fit. Is even better because my school is on probation. This school is not. And so I am now transitioning to doing teaching, I see 1212 Divine Order, into another school. So I'll be working at another school and this Friday. So, again, this is how we do. I walked into the field of teaching because I wanted to write a karmic act that I felt that I had did. And I was doing it to say, and I told him, I said, if there's any way that I could be able to help the children, use me, And so we know that at this point, karma has really been running out its course. Right now, you're just doing things just to learn lessons. It's not because of a slap into the face like it is. What goes around comes back around. Those days are gone. Most of the time when you're walking into a situation, it's just for you. It's a challenge. It's something for you to learn. And so I felt with this waning out, that was like Spirit saying, you have done your karmic debt that you had asked for. And now it's time for you to now exceed and try it underneath less circumstances where the people in the schools are struggling. They don't have, what the resources and things that they need. That time is up because it is now, that karmic debt is a lot, if you say contracts, is now gone. Okay, because that's a contract that I had, which probably my soul had said, but again, in my 3D self I signed up for. This is what we're saying here now. Now these things about these contracts and things that we have signed for, where you say karmically, if you still, I still believe in karma. So if it's karmically, or it's something that has been presented that you signed up, rather is a marriage or a job, like I did, you could say that's a contract with where I was working, or a car or a house, you're going back again. And I can't say this enough. And so again, I'm a repetitive teacher, that again, you have to go back and see, is that place or that thing or that person is truly aligning with your heart? This is what Spirit is pushing us in the Twin Flame and Light Worker Collective or community, is saying again, really search your soul to say, hey, is this really truly aligning with where I want to be right now? Each day is like a year. We don't need to wait until 2023 to start off a new year. Each year is a new year. So you need to start off with a clean slate. Each day when you come is a clear slate to really sit down, resonate, and meditate and see what is truly in alignment with your heart. If you're saying, I'm doing this and I just feel like I'm just doing this for the man, or I'm just doing this for the kids, or I'm just doing it because my mama said so, or my dad said so, or the family said so, and it's not aligning with your heart, you need to now get to the point where you're saying, you know what, it's time to break the contract. It's time for me to now go in this blindly in faith to try to, again, balance the scales, which means balance the energies here, gain some more knowledge about how I can be able to do this as well. And to me, I don't know why this almost reminds me of the strategy card here. And get some strategies here in order for you to be able to do this. Let me add some more clarification on this contract, just in case, because we need to move into the energies of being able to have the door to our personal healing and happiness. This is what Spirit wants us to do. And so this would be contracts twofold. Contract as far as spiritual contracts or soul contracts that you have done, but also contracts that you have signed in the physical, 1616. Okay, so that is the update about what's going on this week. We are checking in with our heart. We are seeing about how these things that we have signed on to, are they really working as far as us? So we need to be able to heal the heart, the matters of the heart. Okay, all right then, thank you for listening. Make sure that and you like, click, and subscribe to this channel as well. If you want to have a past life regression session, please make sure that you go and you check in with me at AshantiWellnessCenter.com. All the information is in the description box below. And you can book a session with me as well. That's important, because if you have some things blocking you from being able to heal, you think you're healing, but you're still feeling this knowingness as if there's some things still there that you can't move past and you don't know why, most of the time it's time for you to get a past life regression session. Also, for those of you all that are wanting healing, as far as removing the trauma, if you're having trauma or you have an anxiety, or any of those things you're experiencing, that or panicky, we could do a MAT, which is a trauma release session, which I work with you energetically in healing the trauma that is housed, showing up as pain or emotions. This is a good time for that a lot of times, because of things that's going on in the world is triggering people. Make sure you go over to AshantiWellnessCenter.com for that as well. Also, if you're looking for a reading with me to find out what is actually going on with you, you can always go to Divineunisouls11 too as well, in order for you to be to find out the information. I will be, because of it is February, which is February 14th. I will, starting in the month of February, start a special where you could be able to get your readings for 1414 for the divine, I call it the divine masculine love letters, or divine feminine love letters. I'll call them forgive me not letters. So just to see about what's going on. Some of us might feel like our special person has forgotten us, And so I will be putting that on the Divineunisouls11.co site for you all to be able to do that. I just ask for patience because a lot of times, sometimes I get busy. Sometimes your person don't want to talk. Too. They say, no, not. This ain't a good time. So don't expect, well, I gave my money, my 1414. I'm expected to have my reading that day. You know, it's a lot of other things that go into play with that. So most of the time it's 1 week. The longest that it has been 2 weeks, depending on the demand as well. So just make sure that you, again, be patient. When I do run a special starting in February, I might have it up by next week. I'll let you know. Look at my community tab. If you see my advertisement for it, that lets you know I'm up and running for it. All right then, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago.